Good day, how are you? My name is Gary Liao. I'm the Director of Industry 4.0 and Ecosystem Development for ViTrox Corporation Berhad. In ViTrox, we're going to share with you more on V1, our digital dynamic dashboard and AI analytics. So with V1, actually you can get connected to your systems, machines, processes, and then visualize it in our digital dynamic dashboard with AI analytics. We're going to show you step by steps how to do connection, visualization, and proactive action for your prediction of maintenance. Please enjoy the video. If there's any areas that we can help, please feel free to contact us. Thank you.
V1 emphasizes the revolution of manufacturing industry towards Industry 4.0. V1 is a smart manufacturing software-based solution that stores your inspection and production data on a real-time basis. Apart from the unlimited access to your personalized dashboard, the configurable triggering system will alert you on the abnormalities in a machine beforehand. With the latest V1, we provide real-time notification and e-ticketing feature to help users achieve no-touch time and smart manufacturing goals in no time. With the idea of connect, visualize, and proact, V1 stands out of Industry 4.0 as it is applicable to the customers of diverse industries.
So, did you receive what you want to get? I hope you do. If not, you can feel free to contact us at any time with our email address and our phone number, and we will be able to reach out to you as soon as possible. Last but not least, V1 is able to help you in many areas in terms of connect, visualize, and proact. With this, we'll make your digitalization process just a click away. And that, thank you very much.
Life is not always peaches and cream, as we are currently experiencing these unprecedented and difficult times. But in every book of life, you will have a chapter called hope. Hope that there is a ray of light at the end of every dark tunnel. Vaccination gives us hope amid variant concerns. In the meantime, COVID-19 vaccination status rate has recorded a consistent increase. High vaccine effectiveness provides the protection against infection and reduces the virus's damaging effects. We need to be open-minded and confident with the vaccine brought into Malaysia. We need to get vaccinated to protect ourselves, our family, and our loved ones. For now, vaccination is the best protection to achieve group immunity and brings us back to our normal life. Same goes to the production line. You have to strengthen your production's immune system to increase the level of efficiency in manufacturing operations. In return for the Caring Act, V1 will be one of your boosters to the machine-to-machine's immune system, reducing the machine downtime while increasing throughput. We have offered a new promotional package, which is 30 days dose 1 plus 30 days dose 2 free V1 Cloud Trial account. Let's start vaccinating your production line with V1. Prevent before things happen. Register now. Lindungi diri, lindungi semua.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for finding time and visiting today's webinar. It's great to meet you all here. My name is No, and I'm your moderator for this session. Our webinar topic today is Strategies of Analytics Intelligent Solution V1 for your smart manufacturing. In later sharing, you'll get to know more strategic approach to connect your legacy and modern machine with massive benefits it can bring in terms of efficiency and agility. And we are proud to invite two speakers who are Mr. Ryan Yip Beng Hyung from ViTrox V1 team and Mr. Choi Wai Sing from EMX Solutions. Before we begin, a couple of things for you to keep in mind throughout the presentation. Today's webinar will take approximately 40 minutes of presentation and 15 minutes of Q&A session. During the presentation, all participants will be muted to soothe out the speaker's presentation. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, please submit them in the Q&A feature below. Once the presentation ended, we'll proceed to the Q&A session at the end of the presentation, where we will be answering your submitted questions. We will finish this webinar with a webinar survey poll for you to take to express your experience with us today. Lastly, you'll get a recorded webinar via thank you email soon. Here, I will read you the presentation disclaimer. This presentation is intended for educational purpose only and does not replace independent professional judgment. Statement of fact and opinions expressed are those of the participants individually and unless expressly stated to the contrary, are not the opinion or position of the ViTrox Technologies. ViTrox Technologies does not endorse or approve and assume no responsibility for the content, accuracy, or completeness of the information presented. Attendees should note that the sessions are audio recorded and may be published in various media, including print, audio, and video formats without further notice. We have really good information today, so you'll walk away with a lot today. We would like to make this webinar as interactive as we could for you. You can ask questions, so feel free to submit your question into Q&A chat box. The question will be answered at the end of the sharing. Besides, I hope everyone here will stay till the end of this webinar as there is a surprise for you all. So without further ado, let's welcome our first speaker, Mr. Ryan Yip. Mr. Ryan, who is the solution engineer of V1, he has experience of involvement in administrative and manufacturing related to SME companies and giving coach and guidance on various technology solution and knowledge sharing. So here I will pass the mic to Mr. Ryan.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ryan, so I'm responsible for ecosystem of business intelligence and solution support for Industry 4.0. And with the past of the 20 years of experience, I involved with the various kind of the industries such as metal fabrication, F&B, administrative, logistics, and others. So before that, I believe nowadays people talk a lot of the Industry 4.0. Most of the people are giving a lot of thoughts such as smart manufacturing, automation, robotic, digitized, and so on. So at the same time, most of the people also struggling into a very common question. How we should start up and what should I do? And some are also worried about the spending the numerous kind of budgets, but does not meet the ROI. So, but not worries, as I will going to bring all of you to take a lot of the strategy topic that I'm going to share to all of you today, which might going to bring valuable and beneficial information to all of you so that everyone can have a better moving on. So today I'm going to share on one of the major pillars in Industrial 4.0 called as IoT. So why IoT? Because with these major pillars, because it's very straightforward and easy to make the first approach, and yet it's a fundamental core towards the connectivity initiative strategy. So it's giving remarkable result to showcase a ton of valuable accuracy data and the information. So for the recent decade to the whole new level with the help of the interconnectivity through the IoT, access to the real data, and then introduction of the cyber physical system. So means that in order to achieve a smart manufacturing with the transparency of traceability, as well as the automation in real time. They're able to go to tell what's going on in your factory. So the very crucial step is to make sure that your production operation are developed with the data extraction capabilities. So by assisting with some kind of the IoT kit and sensor device. So like most of the assemblies industry, usually most of the manufacturing and the fabrication sector must have all the machine allocated in the production areas, regardless various kind of the machine age and the functionality as well. So most of the entrepreneur might wondering that and doubt of the production capability that can be able to sustain further for another decades. So the current condition of the machine production operation versus ROI and all of these questions require data to be analyzed. And the answer lies under operation and production machine. So by the way, in order to acquire this data, we need to go to observe the machine specification itself, regardless old or new, whereby it still possesses the IoT data extraction capabilities. So I would like to move on to the very first use case of the currently that I'm working on is metal fabrication industries. So the industry owns numerous kind of the fabrication machine as well, and the processes such as a CNC lathe machine, wire cut, milling, turning, laser cut, powder punch, bending, and welding, and so on. So for each of the machine and the processes also contains crucial parameter, okay, according to their functionality. So for example, like wire cut machine, they are using wire to cut the metal. So we need to look on the wire length usage or some kind of the strengthen. And also for the laser cut, also we are going to measure some kind of the equipment parameters such as a laser beam power here. So we are going to move on to the one of the example, okay, of the standard CNC machine. Okay, so as you can see the picture shown here, this is one of the standard CNC 3-axis lathe machine. Okay, so the CNC 3-axis machine is a cutting tools move along the 3 axes to mill the parts or to cut some various kind of the materials. Okay, so it will perform a lot of the fabrication such as a milling slot, drilling holes, and some of it also doing some cutting sub edge. Okay, so for this machine itself, we need to go to understand the concept of the machine operation and also for the specification. By judging on that, you may encounter it contains numerous parameter data can acquire by using appropriate IoT solution. Okay, so example, if you would like to see the condition of the machine operation, okay, you can tap it from tower light signal. Okay, from here you can get the machine operation. And for the motor, you can get the motor vibration data from the motor. And for the NC program, you can get all those kind of the program job and the counting, and also for the alarm block. And then if you want to capture some equipment consumable, you can capture for the oil level, pressure. So utilities like something like air pressure, drill bit, and the sprinkler. And then we also can acquire for that. Okay. So for the example that let's talk about one of the very critical main reliable core of the equipment for operating for the machine, we call it as a motor. So just same as our human heart, motor is a crucial equipment part of the machine that is responsible for machine operation. Without it or any mere functionality occurrence, it may consider as a total machine disposable or might have a chance for recovery such as repair or replacement by certain motor equipments, okay, which is still available in the market. So therefore, in order to ensure the motor equipment functionality, several precautions we need to be done before in order to prevent any downtime. One of the reliable method is to acquire equipment data from motor itself. We assisted with the appropriate parameter to determine the equipment health, for example, the vibration. So for the parameter, so we are determining the motor operate through the vibration frequency trend, okay? And then data we're going to send for the process and publish in the dashboard, or we can use it for doing the prediction, okay? When the machine will going to be breakdown. Okay, so we are going to send this kind of the data and then for the machine learning to train up and then can predict in the future, in the next 3 months, what is the motor condition. For the motor itself, we need to going to use an appropriate sensor as well. So by using the common and the appropriate sensor, we call it as a vibration sensor that can be found in the current IoT market. Besides this, we also needed to understand the motor that has been used as your production machine. So whereby is it using what kind of the motor type and specifications such as horsepower, pole, max RPM, and some others kind of the specification. We need to go in to understand in order to estimate the vibration that can be produced by motor itself. But the thing is, for the all those kind of the specification, I think for the end user who might not have this kind of experience, I think by default you can search another standard type of the vibration sensor that can support up to 1 kilohertz. Okay, as this sensor can read the capable range for the all kind of the machine, all kind of the motors. Okay. As for rely on the motor to operate, okay, so the motor will be responsible to going to rotate the spindle, okay. So another parameter that we can measure is the spindle, okay, which is often have a shaft and his heart, and usually we attach a drill bit, okay, and the tooling to the spindle by grabbing and in order to perform any fabrication job. So as the fabrication process involve various type of the material that need to going to do the fabrication, okay. Some require precise specification or also concerning on the cost of time. So therefore, speed is the major parameter that we need to go to take count. So therefore, spindle for the parameter we can acquire is the determine the spindle operation condition through feed rate, RPM, or the pressure, okay, by generating the trend, okay, extract all the data and then send it to the database and also perform the analysis, okay. So so the feed rate we're going to collect all the data, so therefore we can know, okay, to monitor the trend of the tooling performance also and also capture the anomaly whereby the feed rate is being set too high or too low, okay, according to the manual setting. And the next one is we are talking about the machine utilization. So we might wondering that the current status of our production machine, the current status of the production machine. So in case user need to go down to the production field, okay, to monitor, to check the current operation status, okay. This might be brings inconvenient way because they have no place to going to see the entire production, the machine condition. So therefore, by using the simple IoT equipment to deploy, such as capture the signal from the tower light itself. Okay, so the signal tower, it will convert all the signal into the digital form. Okay, to acquire the signal and then convert into a digital form to generate and publish the data into the one place, and then also will help you to going to calculate the machine utilization for the certain period. So take an example is we have a one use case, okay, which is this is the POC kit. Okay, this is currently developed at one of the legacy machine, whereby the legacy machine cannot able to extract the data from the machine controller itself. So therefore, we are applying additional sensor on top of that. So in order to capture all the machine utilization status. For those of all the machine, regardless the old and new, as long as the machine controller itself, they can able to extract the data. Okay, so by extract the data from machine controller, so you can acquire the all others important information such as the NC program job execution, alarm classification, and also for the job quantity counting. Okay, so by right, most of the machine controller in the market, okay, such as Fanuc, Mitsubishi, and some of the others machine makers make self the controller, providing that they have using the open protocol, okay, like MQTT, MT Connect, OPCUA. So this data can be extracted by using the LAN cable, and then you will able to go to extract this kind of the valuable information. So data we're going to send and publish into a dashboard for the user reference for the notification. So for some case of the reason whereby the DAQ, okay, which is called it as a data acquisition, okay, in the analog form, was not able to extract from the machine controller, or some of the parameter in machine controller doesn't contain inside, okay, by detecting all the USL or LSL. So the thing is, what we are going to do is we are going to add the additional sensor on that particular equipment, such as the lubricant oil, air pressure, okay? So in order to get all the data, so and read for the trend, okay? So what is the purpose by using this is because of we are need to going to prevent the occurrence by giving the early warning signal, okay? So definitely DAQ is a must to going to play important role for giving user for the early preparation. So this can be achievable by install the appropriate sensor to collect all the analog data out and then put it into the graph, okay? And then determine the USL and LSL, the threshold, send the complete to the triggering system for user to having a early warning alert. So user may able to going to perform the necessary maintenance before the machine giving the alarm signal. Okay. So this is the purpose we are going to use a DAQ on that particular parameters here. Once we already know that our machine operation, okay, and the characteristic, so how we are going to implement here? So I believe that you already have some mind that where are the critical parameters that you wish to gather for further analysis. So maybe here is a come up with a major common question. So how do I get that? So for the very first stage, we are calling it as a connect stage. Okay, as you can see here, you can find the numerous solutions in the market that offer the various kind of the IoT product and the service solution, such as selling specific IoT sensors or providing the IoT consultancy service, develop IoT protocols and gateways and others. So in general, the makers, the distributors, and the service provider, no matter what kind of the IoT connectivity solution, okay, provided to the clients, a very crucial point is the solution must capable for allow user to extract the data in order to perform the data analysis and also for the other use such as statistic visualization, reporting, machine learning for performing prediction and etc. So in the current market, most of the well-known machine protocol as well as the database technology are open for all users freely to perform any data extraction, big data analytics, and perform analysis. So the well-known machine protocol like MT Connect, OPCUA, IoT Edge like Modbus MQTT, machine to machine like SetGems are available for user to make a bridge connection for data extraction. So therefore, business intelligence platform also play the important role by giving the user for the freedom to user for collecting useful information and visualize the statistic. Also perform the further analysis such as a prediction. Okay, and the V1 is the one that has all those kind of the features that I just mentioned just now. So the fundamental connectivity for production machine towards the data extraction are going to set up the diagram as shown. So for all the machine, regardless new or brownfield machine with a connection established and the port connected, assisted by the IoT device connect, IoT gateway for legacy machine or data extraction via protocols, gateways or for the new machine to convert all the controller signal into the data form and then store into the classified database. And then following by the business intelligence platform will log into the data database and then grab it and then doing some kind of the analytics. Okay, so the whole strategy of the IoT enabler process start from IoT edge technology towards business intelligence platform. So it's not a simple task and require a lot of the effort to execute in connectivity stage because of numerous kind of the edge solution and application solution worldwide to deal with the various kind of the industry. So we need to going to identify specific and suitable solution to deal with the specific parameters and process that currently being practiced in certain industry. So furthermore, it's not necessary to going to implement 100%, okay, or acquire 100% of the info from the machine or processes, as some of the parameter might not require for analytic purpose. So I advise that to target on what are the critical pain point and focus it, implement it, and expand for the improvement in the future stage. So this is what we call it as a start small, scale fast. Then I believe that some of the audience might hesitate that the reason to deploy this in their work field, in their production. So what are the advantages that can bring ROI in their business? So I would like to go into giving some highlights, some of the benefit point that might able to clear your doubt. So the good thing is to deploy the data analytics, it could be giving you an early warning, okay, that something goes wrong, okay, happening in your machine or your production line. This one can prevent your asset or the process to occur any further damage. So by following the early detection that I just now mentioned, therefore it also can prevent or bring down any loss chance happen at your machine or production process line in terms of cost, time, manpower, and so on. So with the data analytic deploy, the personnel in the company able to make a good decision on planning and preparing, okay, in terms of the job arrangement, time management, material management, and so on, that potentially affect the entire corporation and the operation. So when you have your data on hand, so user can able to get all the real-time info and generate various kind of the reporting or visualize to the team for the traceability purpose or the machine for the inference for the prediction. Okay, so finally, I hope that this will going to bring valuable info to all the audience, and also please take this key takeaway that I'm strongly emphasize that get strategy is now or never. With this, I will going to end my presentation and I will pass the session to the moderator. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan, for your wonderful sharing. Now let's welcome our second speaker, Mr. Choi, who is the Director of EMX Solutions. Mr. Choi has more than 20 years of experience in the field of combination of industrial automation and digitalization. He specialized in the areas of field data collection, OT-IT integration, IIoT, factory automation and process control engineering, and development of end-to-end industry-specific solutions. Before I pass the floor over to Mr. Choi, let's enjoy a video to understand what EMX Solution provides in the market.
Are you worried about business disappearing due to digital automation transformation failure? Do you feel in the dark about production floor activities? Do you believe digital automation transformation is expensive? If any of these are true, we can help. At EA Max, we've already helped more than 300 SMEs automate and digitize their production floors. Here's how we make that happen. We provide simple, reliable, and cost-effective industrial digital automation solutions. We help manufacturers make fast, accurate decisions by transforming data into actionable insights. And we guide manufacturers toward embracing new production techniques and business model at scale. At EA Max, we're a company of experienced, driven, professional digital automation engineers. We specialize in all things automation. Here are a few highlights. Today, rising labor costs, shrinking talent pools, and growing competition are adding pressure for SMEs. Our industrial automation solution gives you the tools to shift this dynamic. We always promise and deliver the most simple, cost-effective solutions. Automated and real-time production monitoring enhances productivity and efficiency. It helps reduce costs while identifying opportunities for improvement. The benefits of OEE software integration affect entire companies, regardless of the size, industry, or production process. We've redefined the traditional method of manual weight data entry. Our all-new IoT weight scale solution enables real-time data capturing with the option to push data directly to any enterprise system. The implementation of RFID technology involves a combination of the latest technology, such as RFID tags, BLE beacons, and gateways. This helps manufacturing companies track process flow status, material location, employee activities, and more. Common problems faced by factory managers include finding the right staff and paying them accordingly. Outsourcing can be a great way to manage your resources and workload. Our experienced engineers help make that happen. We supply and maintain inventory for a broad range of world-leading control and automation products. Our stock includes PLC, frequency converters, IPC plus I/O cards, servo motors, touchscreens, and dashboard software and sensors. At EA Max, we don't just talk about our commitment to client success. We have proof. We help reduce manpower by up to 50%, improve efficiency by 25%, reduce downtime by 20%, and we take QC rejections down 30%. While we're headquartered in Malaysia, our client roster covers the globe from Asia to Europe to North America, and we're constantly growing. We're EA Max, and we're more than a manufacturing partner. We're a full-service solution that will save your company time and money while preparing you for the future of manufacturing. Let's work together to digitize, automate, and achieve your goals. Let's work together to maximize your success.
Hello, everyone. How are you? I hope everyone is safe and healthy. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Choi from EMX Solutions. My company business is mainly involved in a system integration for shop floor, digitalization, and automation project. It is my pleasure to welcome everyone to our webinar today with the title in conversation, the transformation in extreme uncertainty environment. My topic is mainly touched on the shop floor digital transformations. First of all, I would like to say thank you to ViTrox by inviting me to share my thought today. And I hope my content today able to benefit to everyone here. The pandemic is drastically changed our life. Everybody know, okay? From the way we work, communicate, even to learn, even though the way we pay our bills. This little tiny virus has taught us a lot, especially on how important for our healthy and personal hygiene. From my personal point of view, there is a three main negative impact to the company business. First of all, it's very significant in decline in the sales performance, unable to resume production. A lot of people work from home now, okay, and even unable to visit our customer physically. I'm really very miss my pay direct section with all my good customer. Those times seem everything has gone, and I also don't know when it's going to happen again. No matter how tough we are, okay, our life is still need to go on. I'm quite positive. Humans are going to win this battle very soon. Now the question is, how we getting back to growth? Any idea? It is essential that the company, especially SME, able to create the necessary operation resilience to survive in these new realities. The pandemic has showcased the important value of digitalization and automation. All organizations should leverage this golden opportunity to accelerate the transitions. Can you imagine what is going to happen when your competitor are already far ahead from you, okay? And they already have transformed their business in a digital way. But you look back, you are still in the manual, you are in the analog mode. What do you think? I just read through the McKinsey report with the title of New Normal, the Recovery will be digital. This is a very interesting reading material. Inside, they have a lot of the related article talking about the digital transformation for the company, even for the personnel. For those interested, you may search through Google and download from internet. So now let's prepare for next normal via digital manufacturing. Industrial 4.0 are able to unlock a lot of significant value like the flexibility, agile, transparency, decision-making, effectiveness, high productivity, and remote workforce. Allow me to show you some related to the production process. This is a very common system for all the manufacturer business which they should have, regardless what product they produce and sell. In this triangle, they also got a name called 5-stack automation. On the bottom, first layer will be the field device, which is all about the sensor, machine robots, actuator, etc., which connected to the floor. The second layer will be the PLC HMI, which is under the shop floor control. And then inside this layer, they have a lot of the loop control inside, okay? Depends on your process. And then on top of this are all the process we under this SCADA, under supervisory by this SCADA, okay? Then we have a layer is called supervisory control. The SCADA is allowed to monitor, gather the real-time data and record all the event into the log file, okay? Whatever is happening to your production floor, they're going to record down. Then you have an MES and ERP, okay? From ERP, you're going to have a lot of plug-in module, just like the MES, you have a lot of plug-in module. So just like sales distributions, production planning, detail scheduling, WIP, all right. Okay, I don't want to talk all about that. Okay, today I just want to special highlight is performance analysis because this module is so important. Okay, the inside this analysis module, we have a module called OEE. Actually, what's OEE? OEE actually is short form of the overall equipment effectiveness. OEE is one of the most important performance measurement in a modern manufacturing facility. By you optimize this OEE, you're able to increase your capacity, reduce your cost, even though you're able to improve your quality and increasing your efficiency in your production line. So I'm going to talk more in next slide. Here, I give you the very simple understanding diagram on how the OEE to be defined out. Can you imagine OEE is a big engine, okay? There is a plug under the MES. Okay, in order to run this engine, you need data. Okay, you need to input some data. And all the data is from the PLC and HMI as shown in the diagram. You have a run, stop, trip, total count, good count, bad count, all that. You need to fit in. And meanwhile, you need to key in your cycle time and those are production plan time, all that. Okay, then this OE machine, we're going to process the data. It tells you what value of APQ. Okay, A is a availability, P is the performance, Q is the quality. Then very simple formula, they multiply together, you're able to get an OEE. For the simulation purpose, I simply make the P value become lower. And we assume these are a lot of those are small ideal time on the machine, then small top happen, okay? End up the OEE value will be very low and compare with the real red line target. Can you see the red line target there, okay? On the OEE, the green color above there, the red line there. Then the ERP will be provide the information about the schedule, about the work order to the MES. Imagine one day your sales department, okay, just get a big order, okay, with 5,000 pieces parts need to deliver within 1 week. But based on this situation, what do you think about the operator we're going to expect? Any idea? Guess. Just have a guess. Okay. The answer is dispatch order is going to delay. Do you want or not? Because the OEE is in the low capacity now. So for the common understanding, for the common practice, okay, the operator, we're going to increase the machine speed. It's very common. They say that when the operator to see the P is so low, the OEE is so low, they're going to increase the machine speed. But generally, do you aware or not? When the speed increase, you will tend to increase the QC reject. And yet the operator not sure what is the reject cost at all because all of the cost data is stored in the ERP. And the operator has no authority to assess the costing also. Therefore, the operator is not the right person to decide. From this scenario, you can see the management are not very sure what's happening in the production floor, and the shop floor person are hard to make decision too. Now you may see the whole process will be in the open loop. I also call it as an imperfection of the Industrial 3.0. Actually, whatever just now I mentioned to you, the whole process actually is Industrial 3.0. That's why Industrial 4.0 machine learning is a good in place. You can see the new line, the red color, you can see the machine learning is coming in. The machine learning is going to get the data from ERP, MES, and PLC and HMI and do calculate and learn itself, okay, according to the algorithm. After this, the machine learning is going to output the optimum value to inform the operator on what value is going to set. Okay, so the machine learning, we're going to tell the operator, okay, what's the value you're going to set? What's the optimum value? Okay, after certain period, imagine when you already have a big data already in a machine learning, what are you going to do? The machine learning, we're going to direct command the PLC now. They're going to direct command the PLC without the operator. They will provide the thing is direct optimize the whole production flow. Now we can see the advantage of the Industry 4.0. So everything is to be automated, to be optimized. Okay, after we got all the concept, okay, we talk a lot of concept, but now we directly jump to the use case. Okay, what the use case we have been done? Let's see how we transform the legacy painting line to the smarter machine. Okay, just give you a basic understanding. We done this project for one of the public listed company. Okay, it's under the metal fabrication industry. Okay, the location we're going to put in our system is the painting production line. From the left bottom, okay, you have to see the process. Okay, it's a very legacy machine. Okay, so the people we're going to hang their products on the red color, the number 1. Can you see it? Okay, if let's say able to see it, then the thing will go through the washing. Okay, on the process 2, going to painting, going to oven. The red color is the oven. Then go to the number 4. Number 4 actually is a painting shop. Then go back to the oven again for packing, and then later as a finished part go out. The thing is very simple. For this project, we already apply a lot of the instrumentation like the pH, like the conductivity, like the reflection sensor. Even though the weighing, we are putting the weighing, we collect the data for weighing. Okay, so to collect the powder data. Okay, so everything is under all the data we push to PLC now. Then from a PLC to the SCADA, then from SCADA build the database. Then later on, all this information will be pumped into the V1. Then from a V1, you can see the very beautiful charting and very real time of the product, the reports. Okay, now let us see what is the before and after, the problem statement and solutions. So first of all, we have a real-time performance report. Okay, so it's not available last time. They don't have this, but we really give them the real-time update, automate all the data transfer. And at the same time, they're also able to have a very beautiful report. Secondly, they have a manual operate system. Okay, problem costing is difficult to trace, and then we already help them to digitalize all the downtime data and allow to track back all the error easily. Can you imagine if let's say they don't have a system, okay, then able to, let's say they have a problem on 2 weeks later, so you want to ask them to trace back is difficult. But with our system, anytime you just click, you find the date, you able to know what's happening over there on that time. So too many operations make the process parameter hard to control. Okay, especially on the pre-treatment, on the pH, all that. So we already digitize all the thing. Then the operator is very happy. They're able to top their chemical top. They do their chemical top process very smooth and very easy. And some more, we also give an alarm. Also, we are give a transfer to protect the any error happen. Number 4 is a paint powder consumption analysis. Previously they don't have. Okay, they only know what's the total consumption, but they don't know every single pieces. We already digitize the weight data, allow the cost easy to calculate, even though for every pieces of products. Okay, next, straight away I jump to the use K2. This is the sheet metal digitalization solution. Okay, this time our target is on the CNC machine. Okay, so on this, just give you some idea. This customer is one of the very reputable OEM car metal parts maker. They produce a lot of parts for Proton, Toyota, Honda, and then they are in the metal part processing industry. Implementation section will be CNC machine center. Then this case we're going to use direct com connect method. Okay, what's a direct com connect method? It's easier for like 1, 2, 3. First of all, you need to get the machine IP, set it to the system. Secondly, you get com connect from machine to the switches. Okay, you connect a cable, the Ethernet cable. Thirdly, you get com connect from the switches to the IPC. It's so simple. You can see the whole block diagram here, the architecture diagram. You can see all the machine is well organized and connected to those switches and IPC. So they give us very good support. We managed to have a very good architecture. And then after the master IPC station getting all the data, they pump all the data up to the cloud. Then from V1, you can see a lot of the beautiful charting report, all that. Okay, So similarly, I tell you the problem statement and solution before what they're facing. They're facing is a MU unclear, so they don't know what's a machine floor MU. And then now we already let the plant manager to take control everything. They better know that what's the capacity, currently running capacity. Then either they want to take order, not take order, they can decide. And then secondly, too many machine speed loss case happen, no proper tracking system. Why? I can say like in the factory, there is a very common, a lot of the machine, the machine speed have been purposely reduced because of a lot of workers have been they feel relaxed, they want to reduce the speed. Okay, so they want to work not so stressful. Okay, but all these have been ended. So we are all the digitized, all the machine speed downtime data allow the management easy to identify a problem and cause. They cannot cheat anymore. Third is talk about the pen and paper OE recording system. Before that, they have a problem is overnight report. So today report, tomorrow, then the only can handle to the plant manager. It's too late. Sometimes a lot of the decision you need to make fast, but it's too late. Okay, data is always not matched with the real production output. After that, we already digitalize everything. We allow the line leader identify the current OE value. Is it leading or lagging? Compare with the target from time to time. Then allow them to do necessary adjustment to improve their production. Okay, I have the special highlight on this. For this industry, normally we're facing a problem is a pain point and on the demand of CNC networking is in the industry they have so many kind of brand. You can see from the slide they have so many brand and so many protocol they need to talk. Okay, they make our data collection is very difficult. With no machine network, what it costs? No transparency. Failure cannot be analyzed effectively. Even though unable to know the remaining capacity, unable to quickly check back the historical, and then all is a manual data. Okay, but so luckily we managed to work with one of the CNC specialists. They are in this line for long. Okay, they already have a protocol bank. Okay, which all the major and very famous brand of the controller like Fanat, Brother, Mitsubishi, all they have. You can see from my slide, my slide, they have a lot of the information is there. Okay, so all the series you're able to communicate. Okay, I really hope everyone is enjoy, and I hope my content is benefit to everyone here. So lastly, I would like to say thank you and stay safe and stay healthy always. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Choi, for your amazing sharing. So before I proceed to the Q&A session, I would like to announce, due to the overwhelming responses, we will have another round of webinar with same topics as today, but in Chinese language. It will be held on 22nd of July. I repeat, the date is 22nd of July. So for those who are interested or know anyone who might be interested in this webinar, you are welcome to register now or share it with your friends. You all can look for the registration link in the chat box. Now we'll move on to the Q&A session. Just a reminder, please be sure to submit your questions. Thank you for your insightful presentation, Mr. Ryan and Mr. Choi. It looks like we have received a lot of questions from our participants. So we have arranged to answer some questions from all the questions submitted to us. Let's move to the first question. The first question is, do ViTrox provide industrial solution for existing company? I will direct this question to Mr. Ryan.
So for the use case, we did quite a lot of the various kind of the industries, such as I think especially will be the metal fabrication, of course, which is currently I'm working with. Then for the following, it will be the injection molding, plastic injection molding, and some of the glove industry as well. So I can say that most of their industry, their application in terms of the process and all the productivity, it can be quite different, okay, in terms of all the flow. So definitely they will be going to bring a lot of the challenge. But there is some of the good use case of the test, which is really good. Receive some of the testimonial from the customers. We are welcome for all of the audience who has an interest on our solution. please come forward to us. So let's have a sit down to going to discuss in the more further details of this.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan, for answering the questions. So the second question, someone asked, wondering if the solution is applicable in warehouse or logistic field. So I'll pass the floor over to Mr. Choi to answer this question. Mr. Choi.
Thanks for your questions. That's definitely okay. Actually, Industrial 4.0 visualization, all that you can apply to many places. A lot of people, they have a talk about warehouse, they have a WMS system. Okay. Then we also have some use case to use RFID to track the location of the storing. Okay, even though the product, the store, the products where they store, then and the meanwhile where they take out. Okay, so everything is traceable. So it's possible. It's possible.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Choi, for the information. Thank you, Mr. Ryan and Mr. Choi, for answering the questions, and thank you, participants, for your involvement. Due to the time constraint, we are not able to perform all the Q&A sessions and answer your question live here. As such, for those who have not answered your questions, our experts shall reply to your question through email after the webinar. And now I would like to share about V1 current promotion. To match the current situation, everyone talks about vaccination. Same goes to the production line. You have to strengthen your production immune system to increase the level of efficiency in manufacturing operation. And V1 will be one of your boosters to the machine-to-machine immune system, reducing the machine downtime while increasing throughput. Now we come up with a 30 days dose 1 and 30 days dose 2 free V1 cloud trial account to vaccinate your production line. You just need to go to v1.com.my and subscribe to V1 with the promo code V1 Vaccine. And you are able to enjoy 60 days free access to V1. Our team will put the subscription link in the chat box. Let's seize this opportunity and register it now. Furthermore, as a token of appreciation for joining our webinar today, I'm honored to tell you an exclusive free virtual smart manufacturing consultation session is offered to you today. In the session, our experienced and reliable consultant will discuss with you the action to do along this digitalization journey, understand your current challenges and how could we assist you, share with you our experience in different industries. This is a precious chance for you to have a one-on-one interaction with our Industry 4.0 expert to understand more on smart manufacturing. We are open to 20 participants only, so whoever acts fast will get this opportunity. You just have to scan the QR code below and book your consultation session. So we welcome you and you may scan it now. And before ending today's session, once again, thank you everyone. We appreciate you being here. Stay tuned for our upcoming webinar in our e-newsletter, LinkedIn, and Facebook page as well. If you haven't followed our LinkedIn and Facebook page, we highly recommend you to do so, that you can get the latest news from us no matter where you are. If you wish to learn more about V1 package subscription, please feel free to reach out to us via v1.com.my and submit an inquiry form from our Contact Us webpage. Okay, then here's the end of this webinar. Thanks again for joining us today, and we will see you next time on our next webinar. Stay healthy and stay strong. Thank you. Bye-bye.